seeing this chapter like come to a close in this one, I really got mad fucking depressed when we saw this shit in Bleach, because holy hell, that shit with Kyoraku. Now though, you see, this is the stuff I need. This is the stuff I need to grab at the heartstrings. Like, come on, give us more of this, and then again. But honestly, I'm just gonna say it for like every time this fuck the X-axis. So we get to see the X-axis at the start of the chapter. He's like, yo, I'm trying to flap my wings, but I keep moving further and further away from the surface. And he's like, Kyoraku explains it, saying, you know, well, this is technically throwing ourselves in water, you know. It's probably be too late to flapping again. But then again, I would understand why you do something like that. After all, the moment you hit cold water, your resolution goes along with your temperature. And it's like, that's the thing. It's like, he really went in with like this whole speech in this chapter and all that. It's like, you know, oh, it's just being a really selfish fool. There's a limit to how shameful one can get. A man makes a promise, doesn't keep it, and a woman that couldn't forget her love for him. It's like, isn't that what it was? And then you see his fucking, but like, his whole Zanpakuto spirit come out, which I believe that is like Sakurano Suke. Like, if people don't remember and all that, or never actually saw the filler arc, the Zanpakuto Rebellion stuff, is that the actual manifestation of what we saw of her Zanpakuto in this one is actually from what we saw, which was very surprising, is like that was like his actual Zanpakuto spirit. So although there was like this other like little ninja girl or something with it, so I mean they could go with the whole thing like the same like excuse with like Ichigo saying like, oh yeah, you know, Ichigo had, you know, the old man Zangetsu, but when he went into Tensa Zangetsu, it was the young man. So, you know, it could be that little ninja girl, and then it could be this, and it's like, oh, that's like really cool to see, like, you know, we actually got to see a Zanpakuto spirit. I was like, this should have been from the start of the Bankai or something. Like, we should have seen a little bit more. I really wish, like, you know, that was something really more explored, that we saw, like, the Zanpakuto, like, spirits in the series. Like, I'd love to see stuff like, you know, like Hyori, Maru, and the others and all that. I think that'd be fucking cool. And it's just like, and, you know, like, saying, oh, please don't be like that, like, Ohana and all that. He's just like, oh, yeah, is Rich coming from the master that only comes to play when he feels like it? And he's like, oh, come on, be, like, you know, forgive me. And that's the thing, like, when she was talking, saying, you know, that actual kimono that he wears on his back actually belongs to another woman. And, yeah, I don't think that's belonged to, like, Nanao or anything like that. I highly doubt that. That's the one that gave him that. But maybe that was some sort of woman that he fell in love with in the past and he just kept to it. Or maybe it might be interesting, like, thing to be why Nanao always follows Kyoraku, is that it said, like, it was, like, Nanao's, like, older sister or something that, like, Kyoraku fell in love with, and she died for some reason. Maybe she was a soul reaper, like, stuff like that. See, that's where you can start making theories in Bleach and start, like, making a little predictions, because that stuff leaves some stuff open to the air, saying, okay, you know, who gave them that, you know, kimono and stuff like that. I really be even still, like, interested in that. And then she even, like, said as well, yeah, I might be your sword. I'm taking every whim and fancy of yours. And it's saying, you know, a sword has to be by your side till the end, no? And it's just like, and obviously, like, you know, the X-axis can't see this and all that. He's like, oh, yeah, like a Bankai can take this from me. And he's like, all I can do is, like, you know, cut the thread for you. And it's be the last stage. And it's like, literally knocks him the fuck out, like thread cutting scissors on a bloody throat. It just takes that head just clean off and just destroys the shit out of X-axis. And it's all on there just going, yes, 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 like, fuck you, X-axis. No one likes you. It's like, you piece of shit. No one cares for you. And then just, it was kind of like, I got kind of a bit sad when we just saw, like, Kyoraku just laying, like, you saw blood coming out of them, and he's just like, oh, I get to stay on your lap and all that, just, like, Bankaiing once is good once in a while and all that, and it's like, I like how she just wanted to take, like, a fucking eye out. See, like, it was nice just having a little bit of comedy, that then adding, like, a little bit, you know, the undertone sadness to it. That's stuff that I've been needing, like, you know, we need more characters here, and this is why I like Kyoraku, because he brings that seriousness and the comedy to the character, while the others are just like, you know, for most of the series, it's just, you know, just fight, you know, just like that. That's what I like about Kyoraku a lot, and he's just like, well, we won either way, and he's just like, oh yeah, it's just like, you know, I'm just shut up already, it's just like, calm down, and it seems like he was going to say something, but then out of nowhere, which I fucking gasped. I was like, oh, like that. It's like that piece of shit X-ass is like coming back to life, and he's like, oh, I told you so. Shinigami's Bankai isn't something that could kill a messenger of God. I'm just like, oh god, Kyoraku's gonna die now. I'm guessing now, like, since like the Bankai didn't work, this is now like that's kind of sealed his fate or something, maybe, or maybe he has to use it again, and that if you use the Bankai second guy on on a person or something like that, maybe it would kind of like, I'm kind of curious how that is, but I think that was kind of the final straw. I don't think Kyoraku's going to come out of this now, which is a shame. I think that sealed his fate. I mean, he got stabbed right through the chest. So we'll just have to wait and see, and maybe, you know, at the end of this we find a little bit more about, you know, the now and all them, and like kind of curious like what exactly is his story, and hopefully that's the thing. Honestly, I thought this was a great chapter, really enjoyed it. Like honestly, everything from start to like real finished, I enjoyed it. This is probably my favorite chapter of the series that we've had throughout the entire year, honestly, and I'm being like legit serious about that. Nothing else has really grabbed my attention. I want like a whole thing of saying like yeah, I didn't care so much the X-axis, but I want to be like, yeah, I hold this fight up to the same caliber as the Barbietta and Komamura fight. I want something like that, and the only reason I holds it up like that is because fucking like we get to see Kyoraku is a badass character. Komamura came from pretty much nothing to being a really cool, respectable character at the end. It's like, I want this to be Kyoraku. He died like an absolute man. Like that's what I want. So honestly, I'm gonna give this one a full 9, near to a 9.5. I'd even get it. Like I thought this chapter was just fucking near perfect, honestly. So let me know in the comment section down below. Like honestly, the only reason I don't think I can give it 10 is because fuck that piece of shit X-axis. I want him to be fucking dead. But that is the first time I really felt like, oh my god, yeah, I'm actually generally fucking surprised. You know, that was shocking to me. That really took me fucking by a whim, really, like that. So let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about that. But that's all from me, so I'll catch you guys next time.